July and August have been chaotic months. And I believe September, it's going to get even worse. I'll tell you all about that in this video. Hey guys, welcome back to Chariot Palmistry, where we give you the tools to help you navigate your life by predicting world events, life cycles, and finances. My name is Sulabh Jain, and in this video we're going to be having a look at the energy around the world over the month of September and making some predictions on it. You see, the last couple months have been very chaotic, and if you've been following my channel, you'll know that we've been predicting this. This is all part of a bigger setup to a big financial crisis I believe is going to hit the world at the end of 2026. We're literally just at step one. And over the month of August, there were riots and mass protests taking place in many more countries than there were the last month or two. For example, in America, they had the National Guard out in Washington. Switzerland, one of the most calmest countries in the world, they actually had riots and protests. In the Philippines, it got so bad, they were actually burning down some of their parliament buildings. So there's a lot of chaotic energy going on around that, and a lot of this has to do with Ketu sitting in Leo and the sun transiting right through that. All that silliness, I think, is right behind us. But it doesn't mean the world is going to get into a good place now. Because I'm actually predicting that there's going to be a new war or a new armed conflict taking place over September and October. And tentatively speaking, I want to date this to middle to late September into about the middle of October. Pay attention to the headlines then, because that's when the real silliness begins. And keep in mind, I'm also predicting another war in the early part of 2026. But all of this is just a bigger setup to what I believe is a larger crisis. Look at steps 7 through to 9 later on next year. That's what I really want you guys to prepare for. And so if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit subscribe and we'll help you navigate your life. Last month, I also came out with the prediction that a world leader could either be assassinated or killed. Those are the dates where I think there's either going to be more protests or a lot more threats to governments around the world. Could even be an assassination attempt or even a government being toppled. And it turns out it was the Houthi Prime Minister. And because of the fog of war, we're not quite sure what to call this. The Israelis call it killing a terrorist. Everyone else is calling it a political assassination. In addition to this, there was also a conspiracy theory around Donald Trump's health. Some people going so far as to say he may have died. Now, this is my screenshot of the sequence of events that's going to happen in America over the next 18 months. And you'll see that we were predicting a major health calamity for Trump over August and September. And I'm going to switch over to our Rod V tool now to show you exactly how we made that prediction. So this is what Rod V is saying about Donald Trump. One of the cool things we're doing at the moment is using our Rod V methodology and applying it to individuals. So not only can we predict the price of cryptos and stocks and things like that, we're also very soon going to be able to predict when your personal energy goes down or when it goes up. So stay tuned for that. But what we thought was going to happen, or what we saw happening in Rod V, was Donald Trump's energy from this point sinking all the way down here into middle to late September. And this late August-September period was this drop off over here. What we're thinking is going to happen is around about the 8th to the 11th of September, there's going to be another major fall in his energy. Meaning Rod V actually predicted the health problem that he's having right now. But if you're a Trump supporter, I'm just going to take this out a little bit and show you this horrible disaster that our tool's predicting for him next year. In approximately the 6th to the 8th of May, there's a major drop-off in his energy. If you see this drop-off in energy over here as being a bad period for him, this looks like a major calamity. And that's in around about 6 to 9 months from now. And I'll throw up my screenshot where I'm predicting a scandal or hospital visit for Vance or Trump in the first 3 months of next year. I probably should be extending it out to the first half of next year. because there's this one major drop off in his energy here, and then a very steep drop off in his energy here. So that's one thing I want to say. We should probably also look at Elon Musk as well. So this is my screenshot of my predictions for Elon and Tesla. I should probably go back and grade this. The first prediction of a price fall in early August ended up happening, and I think it went up to about the 3rd or 4th, maybe the 5th of August from memory. And then there was a bit of a price rise happening for Tesla. The third prediction here is that there's a personal scandal or crisis for Elon. So let me explain that using Road V. So this is Elon's personal energy according to our tool, and as you can see, his energy's been dropping since the early part of March. And this major fall off just over here was when he got into that Twitter spat with Donald Trump. And right here in mid-August onwards, we're looking at his energy sinking till around about the 4th to the 9th of October. So keep an eye on the headlines there. The former first buddy of Donald Trump is going to have a crisis, in addition to Trump as well. So the world is looking very funny right now. Mass protests in lots and lots of different countries, potentially a new war, Donald Trump getting sick, even Elon is going to be feeling the brunt of it over the next couple weeks. Let's put the world and all its chaos to one side. There are many, many opportunities in the world where there's going to be growth and actually good things. So let me give you my predictions for what's going to happen over the month of September. But before we do that, let's go back and review the August prediction. And it was a bit of a mixed bag, this one. I was predicting a stock market fall to take place in late August, and that only just ended up happening. There was a gold price rise until the 3rd week of August. However, the gold price fall in late August did not happen. My expectation of a Bitcoin price rise in mid-August also did not take place. So that puts my monthly predictions at 11 out of 19 so far this year, which is a very, very low average as per my standards. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board to review my methodology and hopefully have more accurate predictions for the rest of this year. But this is what I think is going to happen over the month of September. So my first prediction is that there should be a stock market fall taking place throughout this month. I'm also expecting a Bitcoin price fall to happen from late September into about the middle of October. Remember, Jupiter is moving into Cancer after that time, and we're expecting some really, really big things to happen to Bitcoin at that time. And my last prediction is that there's going to be a Solana boom from the 7th of September onwards. I'm crediting Road V for that. If you guys didn't see my last video where I showed you what Road V was suggesting for the Solana, then click on this video over here. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.